I've always been amazed by machinery. Ever since I grew up on the farm, I remember going on the tractor and just being in awe of how a tractor could move so much dirt. And it's very similar here with this trencher. Uh, Here we are putting in a water line here in the shop part, and it probably would have taken a long time just to dig this trench, especially because packed underneath this gravel and rock, it's pretty much compacted soil. So just to have this machine so that it can save a lot of work is really a big deal. Uh, you know, the amount of a little amount of diesel and hydraulics is quite amazing.
So what we have here today, guys, we have Home Depot wood grade stakes. But you know what this means, folks? Take a look. Wood grade stakes. You know what? Right now the stakes are kind of low, but we raise it up. The stakes are high. All right, seriously, folks, we take a stake and we are going to secure this last hose bib to the east wall here. And this is how we're going to do it. I mentioned before, this is actually pretty simple. We take a 90-degree 2-inch and then we put a piece of pipe here like so, and we try not to have rocks underneath the, right Kai? Under the deal here, we turn it like this. We got to make sure all the insulation is in, and this is where we're going to support it against that. Here is the top of concrete right here. You're a little close. And then we're going to secure this like so with the stake here. So I'm going to drive this in for a little bit. Kai, can you help me for a bit? I need my hammer. You can pause it. Anyway, there's the finished product. It's all secured against the stake. That will go up on top of concrete in the wall. These are ready for the hose bib when we put that on. And we're done.
So here we are. We were trying to trench this. These are lines, by the way, that we're putting in. I ran three conduits, three 2-inch conduits, and I put a fourth one in the ditch as well for an extra. One is for the water, and the other one is for power. The other one is for telecommunications fiber, and that's all going to go to a central pedestal right there by the wellhead. And we tried to dig this with the trencher. And when you hit rocks with a trencher, it does not like rocks at all. It will sit and jump. Anything over 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches, the trenchers do not like to hit rock. So where did this rock come from? Well, the soil here is good loam, down to about 8 feet plus. But when we excavated the house site, what was the previous house site, we had a lot of rock in that basement, and they took the rock and they made a driveway here around the trees here that we have, and a lot of this rock that's coming out of this trench is in that road, which makes a great road base, but not so good for digging a trench. So I'm getting a little bit deep here, but I have to be deep because my wellhead is about, I would say it's down there about 3 feet to about 42 inches. So I need that bottom of that trench needs to be even with that pitman, or pitless, excuse me, and that way that it can stay level. I decided to use 2-inch electrical conduit because it's what I had on hand, and it actually works really good for that'll protect that water line, which is a 1-inch water line. So what I want to tell you about this backhoe is that it's an amazing piece of equipment. Not only can it lift itself off the ground between the back and the front loader, it has a 6-way blade as well, which is really handy for grabbing trees. But for filling trenches, it's super easy. You have enough reach. You can reach over the trench, backfill, grab that dirt and just backfill that trench nice and easy. So no problem on that. Here when we have the conduits in ground, you can see it's almost getting dark. So we got the lights on here, and it's just a fun machine to run. I really have a good time whenever I tell people it's a good day when you get to run the backhoe. You know, there's one thing that after you actually go through and glue all these conduits, and they're in the ground, and you spent all this time to dig this trench, and I'm sure you've all done this, and you think to yourself, did I forget anything? Did I place it in the right place, and am I going to be able to feed whatever I'm going to feed through here? Is it actually going to work before I go through the time to cover it up and pack it down, because I sure don't want to ever dig this up again. And so there's something very permanent about digging a trench and putting conduit in the ground, and you're second guessing yourself, because it's a lot of work to get to this point, and you're pulling back dirt and you're packing it in and thinking, boy, I sure hope that I'm going to be able to make this work. So in this example here, I'm hoping that we have more than enough capacity here for our power. My design here is I'm actually going to put a sub panel out by the wellhead, and then run those conductors for my well, and then also have either probably 50 or 100 amp service out to a service box here, and then for any future outbuildings I'll just run conduit from this sub panel to any other greenhouse or other lighting, or there's a communication tower that we're going to be putting up too, that the company's going to be putting up, I should say, and so that power is all going to be fed from this central sub panel. And so I think that's a good solution, rather than having to go back into the house, even though that's where the inverter is. Remember, the power is coming from, this is all solar, and the batteries are going to be inside of the utility room in the garage, so, or shop area I should say. So I don't want to keep coming back and adding to that panel. I just want to keep that for the shop and for the house. And if I need to augment or add capacity, I'm going to come out to this panel here, and I'll put in conduit from here to wherever I need to go. So I think that's a better way to go, and it just makes me feel better that I've got that in the ground. You can see the solar poles in the background. That's going to take a different conduit that's going to go into the house, another 2-inch. And there'll be 2 pair of DC 10-2 wire that goes in that one. So anyway, I need to leave part of this trench open so I can still get to that, get to the bottom of that where the pump is with that pitless, and put that inch line inside of the 2-inch and finish those PEX connections when we're ready to hook up water into the house, which is going to be a great day.